Welcome again. My personal blog on thoughts and perspectives. I want to hit on a subject today that sounds so simple, but living in the present. We're always living in the present. Why would that be hard? Well, the hard part comes about because we have minds. We think, we remember, and we anticipate. So, to sum it up at the beginning, those who dwell on the past tend to be depressed. Those who focus on the future tend to have anxiety. And those who manage to successfully live in the present tend to find happiness. So, the past, the coulda, shoulda, woulda, all the regrets, all the memories of things that could have been different, should have been different, would have been different if we had done this, etc. That just drags you down into depression. And the whole future concept of what if this happens, what if that happens, the pressure, the fear, all the things that you truly don't have that much control of yet in the future give a person just a sense of anxiety that they don't truly need to be worried about or suffer through. And actually, it will cause bad things to happen if you spend an awful lot of time anxious about the future. The future will be something that you should be anxious about. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Living in the present, again, sounds like the simplest thing to do. But it requires, the catchphrase is mindfulness. And it actually is a beautiful term. It's a beautiful word. It's not self-explanatory, though. I like to think of it as an appreciation. An appreciation doesn't just mean you're grateful. And language, words, the specific words, meanings of words for me are a big deal. But when you have an appreciation, what you truly have is an awareness. To appreciate something means to be aware of it. We're in our current living space, in time and space, and so many of us, and I'll say so many times because I'm guilty of this also, we're unappreciative. We're unaware of how wonderful our life at this instant, at this moment, truly is. Where we have regrets about things that have happened, and we have fears about things that may or may not happen in the future, and we're just numb to how beautiful our existence is right at this very moment, And the moment can be expanded from this instant of talking to the day, to this week that we've experienced, to the year, to the current relationship. But a mindfulness of the current, an awareness and appreciation of where we truly are. Now, I'll temper this concept with sometimes the present isn't pleasant. And on a different concept that I've addressed or I've already addressed, we need to have a perspective. We need to be able to have a perspective where we step back far enough to be able to see that our current situation isn't the end-all be-all. And if it's not pleasant, it may not be this way forever. And to be able to step back and get a perspective is a tool. But even in living in the present, you can live in the present with a larger perspective. You can realize that what presently you think is such a good thing or such a bad thing, that there is a perspective where you step back far enough in the present to be able to appreciate that others are involved in this story. Others are affected by us. Ripples in a pond, as always. Everything we do has an effect. Everything others do affects us and affects them back. Living in the present. It's a cliche thing, The present is a valuable thing, but to be aware of the present, to be appreciative of it, to be mindful of it. Those are the challenges, the opportunities that we're faced with. And honestly, the key to happiness is to be able to appreciate how wonderful things truly are. The key to happiness also is to be able to understand that even when they're not wonderful, they have a purpose. And each of us has a purpose in everything we do. We can suffer in that purpose. We can relish in that purpose and be joyous. A lot of it has to do with our own perspectives. So that is ultimately summed it up at the beginning. Don't worry about the past. It's already happened. And don't be anxious about the future. It's not here yet. Take care of business. Do what you need in the present to ensure your future, but don't spend all your emotions on it, worrying about it. Be mindful. Be aware. Actually realize that there are people presently, currently in your life who are wonderful people who make your life an amazing experience. And be awareful and mindful that you're having that same effect on other people. Live in the present. Enjoy yourself. All right, everybody. Have a good day. Take care. Bye.